So, this is my victim, which is supposed to be vinyl wrapped. And as you can see here, so far this would not work at all because the condition of this Acura is really bad. Well, not the car itself, but the paint job. The clear coat is chipping basically everywhere, all around. I have the typical chips on the hood like most people have. It's an 18 years old car, so for this he is still in a very good condition, but this is also one of those things which will not work at all. So my idea was to wrap my car to make it nice, but when I checked the clear coat issues I figured this will not work, so I have to work this first out. That means I'm sanding my complete car basically down, removing all these issues and making a nice high energy surface. I started already on the roof and it's not as bad as expected, but you see these little tiny thingies? This has to go too, because if I put a vinyl on that and I reposition it, ripping it off, then I will rip off those little noopsies, and this will stick on the vinyl and create little pimples, and it will look like dirt underneath. Here you can see it too. The front was really bad so far. I had to sand down here also some rust spots, which I will fill up with Bondo primer paint. Here is also a spot which I already primed. I will go there with enamel paint just to seal it, because it is nice and smooth, but vinyl does not like to stick that much to primer, although it feels very smooth and very sleek. But this is a porous surface, so especially as it's so close to the edge where I really need the vinyl to stick very well so it doesn't lift, I will repaint this with a patch of enamel. So my car would look like in the end like a black rat camouflage went wrong or something like this. So the trunk, as you can see, remember I started already. It was already repainted. It has its own first sanding. It looks very interesting. I will sand today a little bit more and give it a final coat of paint just to cover up and make sure that everything is really nice and smooth. The trunk part is the only part which I will paint completely. This was just actually for testing purposes. I just wanted to see how difficult it is to paint something, a complete part, nice and smooth, to see how it works, and I also want to see how the vinyl will behave, if the paint is also actually sticking very well to the surface underneath or not, because my concern is still that even I repainted it and I smoothed it out, that if I put the vinyl on top and I have to reposition it, I am still like really afraid that I might rip everything off, because the paint underneath, the old paint, might be not in a worse condition than I actually think it is, or it's basically really not holding up anymore on the surface. If this happens, I'm totally screwed and I will have to sand down the complete car to the bare metal, which I hope will never happen, because this will be a project for 3 months or something. So here on this side you see, I'll show you a picture, this was really rusted. It was fixed by a professional and I just spray painted it with black enamel. He left it for me with primer and I just put the paint on to seal it. At my right side doors, I don't know why, actually it's just the right side, it's not the left side, which is very interesting, are also in a really bad condition. You can see the flaking is here like to the extreme. I have here even spots where the paint is completely gone, already bare to the, I think it's the primer, it's not the bare metal yet, but yeah. And here too you can see this is really bad, and it's just on the right side. So I don't have the car in my whole life. It has a previous owner. Maybe it was always parked right side to the sun, exposed to all the weathers. I have no idea. We will never figure out. It's a mystery. But yeah. So right side, a shitload of work. Hood, definitely a shitload of work. And the front bumper, yes, more work.